Hello YouTube, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? Um, so I am going to be making another video here about some different video game ideas that might be kind of intriguing for you guys. So jumping right in here to this first one here. A young man is dared by his friends to enter a labyrinth, or kind of like various areas within this labyrinth, a big area that are there's like kind of a hedge maze area, and there's like a forest, and there's kind of a garden area, and um, some other kind of walled areas that are outside, and then some other types of areas later on, sort of thing. But the the goal, of course, entering this area is to acquire something like a bag that can have anything you want in it. Um, it's endless. So with treasure or whatever, So, and it's something that's, uh, at least it's said. Legend said that it has. You can have it forever. So he accepts, and so what follows, of course, is a lot more than he bargained for, right? So there's a ton of different characters, of course, you can put in this area. You have a witch who traps adventurers in their area of a hedge maze. The hedges kind of move magically, making it impossible for certain people to leave unless they kill the witch. I think flowers and can turn into women, for instance. Some of whom are good, others are more seductive, and would use young men right for their own desires or would kill them. Another idea here: an old woman who bakes different kinds of cookies and offers them to main character young man. Each cookie has different effects. Of course, this is kind of like Alice in Wonderland. I know the shrieking and growing thing, but also shapeshifting, increased strength and speed, alertness, stamina, mental focus, also discernment of thoughts and character, or increased memory, amongst other possibilities. But okay, and then all different kinds of cookies and things. Also, a gardener, that's a woman who decides that a young man needs pruning, right? It's kind of crazy. He just goes after him with her pruning shears. And keep in mind, the young man might not have any weapons, might not have any armor, or those things are really hard to come by, kind of thing in this game. Just a kind of gang situation, a slender, well dressed, kind of dark, very like black hair, fair skin kind of guy. I'd say he looks maybe French. This is at least the way I was picturing him, French or British in my mind. Gaunt kind of thing. So this kind of young man and a bunch of other people, several other people, are dart throwers. They're all really fancily dressed in bright colors and things. But they're also very cruel, mean spirited. And they offer young man, they surround him, they say, it's a way out of this, we can kill you, or you can, play a game of darts with us, right? See, if you win, we'll let you go, right? So if the young man wins the chorus, okay, they let him go, but the bad guy says he vows to kill him in the future. So he might come up later on in the game, of course, but not the most original characters, but it's great to have those kinds of folks here and there. Of course, you can have a magical well, maybe offers some insights into different things in the game. You have a woodsman who's lost his daughter, and then maybe the daughter's captured by the witch, but not yet. Maybe the girl's a slave to the witch. Okay, so the main last area, eventually the young man finds he's in an area full of watery canals. Just kind of, and then just like crisscross and stuff. And he sees a beautiful young woman. Keeps rowing away from him. But maybe he can't. Sometimes the young woman waits for him, but then keeps rowing. So yeah, I know. Who knows? So if the main character, the person playing the game, thinks, oh, this is something evil, right? So don't follow. They'll keep going to all kinds of different things in the game, but eventually they'll what would happen if I? You see, yeah. So okay. I won't spoil it for you, but so let's say the young man keeps pursuing the young woman. Eventually, the young man finds himself in an immense kind of underground, uh, uh, subterranean kind of glowing. Well, it's the rock. He finds the rock on the ground above him. Right. It's a glowing kind of golden orange color, which makes and he finds that he's actually in a almost like a sea. It's so big that he can't even see the edges. After a bit, just huge, subterranean sea kind of thing, and just huge, expansive kind of yellow, orange, golden color water, and the young man keeps running away from. Again, not so far that he can't lose sight of her. But as he goes, he keeps running into these different kind of characters, right? There's a whole bunch of them, including, say, like I guess called water flies. They like fireflies, but they just have more liquid in their bodies. They're kind of a little bit bigger, like glowing kind of different colored liquids. Also, a sea turtle that tries to help him. Maybe they push him along or something. Also, a fancy dressed, very short man, big on manners but short on helpfulness, kind of thing, right? Like kind of like a more sane version of the Mad Hatter, perhaps. And yeah, okay. So eventually, he finds the young woman close to the edge of the cave, this big sea. But there's another cave that is nearby, and she tries to explain to the young man that this is where she was killed. Right. So it turns out that this young woman is actually a ghost, right? Uh, and she was trying to show the young man where she was killed. Maybe the young man can help avenge her death. Maybe bring her back to life. She's hoping that he does. And she explains, this she was following eventually this multicolored bird that was singing just melodies and music that was just, she was just completely smitten by this bird, and she kept following the bird into this area, this big subterranean area, and then was killed. And so she points to this other cave nearby and says, "That's where this thing lives." So young man goes over there. Hopefully he's got a sword of some sort by this point or something like that. And it turns out that this multicolored bird is actually shape-shifted into a dragon. Its real form is just a gigantic dragon. If the young man's able to kill the dragon, he finds that the bag of endless desire is a treasure. And he finds, the bag kind of knows what he wants more than anything. He wants to bring this young woman back to life. And there's this glowing kind of white sphere he finds in the bag. So when he goes to the young woman, white sphere kind of knows what it wants, and actually brings her back to life. The only thing is that the bag disappears, so that he's not able to keep the bag, so he can't show anybody that he actually got it. So that part of the legend wasn't true, but he brought the young woman back to life. Just kind of so. Then you go back. Eventually he can go back to his friends and tell them what happened, but they might not believe him because he doesn't have this bag. So that's one idea. Here's the next idea. Some of these other ideas are a little shorter. That was the main one I wanted to mention. The main character has to find his or her siblings who are lost in a strange world of toys and traps, games, and puzzles, odd rooms, fun houses, obstacles, etc. A basic idea. Also, the third idea, a young man must find and return a magical wand to some good, friendly fairies that live nearby. This magical wand has the power to erase painful, traumatic, very dark memories, but it can also be used to ease the sorrow somewhat that comes from very evil acts. Use that fairies never intended for the wand, or they're very careful how to use that power. So again, the young man tries to find where this magical wand might have gone to. Right. So you can get kind of fill in the blank there. So last idea here, a mirror sings to a young man in such a way the young man enters the mirror and is transported to a different world. This mirror becomes, in this other world, actually a young woman. And the young man is very curious about her. The young woman is a mage and has very strict parents. She must only marry a mage herself, and the mage must be powerful, as well as quite wealthy, right? And the parents need to like the mage. But the young woman wants to marry the main character instead. The main character is not a mage. So as main character, you must find a way to please your parents by learning magic and gaining a lot of wealth, while dealing with various characters, of course, in the world. But you also have to. You're not really one of the. You're not really an in crowd as well, so you have to kind of figure out how to go about that whole thing. But as you do so, you kind of come to understand the young woman better, of course, and ultimately in the game, you might end up marrying a different woman than the woman whose magical power brought you there in the first place. So it's kind of a little bit more, open-ended in that regard. All right, just a few video game ideas for you guys, story ideas. Let me know what you think, and leave me your thoughts and comments below. Talk to you guys later. Thanks. Take care. Bye.